Welcome back to Community Coaching with yours truly, Kala. I hope everyone is having a great time tonight. Here we've got a golden Kharazim. Would you just look at that? I think it's gold. But the person who I am supposed to be speaking with right now is having audio issues. Aye, laddie. So, we're just going to talk about the game without him. Our friend here, Battle Pants. You sound like a dwarf cosplayer at a bad convention? Damn. Not a good convention? Damn. Alright. Holy, okay, so Kharazim's gonna have work cut out for him in this game. You have to deal with Nova Snipes, you have to deal with the consistent damage of Nazebo, you have to deal with Tracer Bombs. This is not a fun game to be Kharazim. But at the same time, you have the tools to deny these two heroes. So that's great. Iron Fists, it's fine, especially considering how Tyranda's here as well. I'm just gonna drop volume a smidge. Go. Okay. Kara immediately splits off into the side lane, which I think is fine here. I think traditionally this should be the Artanis. But Kharazim being down here for the time being is fine. Does he? Nope. Uh-oh, Monka Mega. Oof, that was a close one. Very close one. Do you die here? Oh. Okay, so off this, all you do is stand here at the wall and back instead of tapping. Do not tap here. Back, walk back mid, and then type to your Artanis as you're backing. Hey, Artanis, go bottom. Artanis would not be up here. He'd be coming down. Artanis comes to the bottom lane, and now you're back mid lane as Kharazim with your tap up again. Because you definitely don't want to be, like, you do not want to be the solo laner here. You want to be in rotation. Artanis is built for this sort of thing. And honestly, like, Artanis is only going to screw up Tyrande, I swear. This is a gold game, right? You have to understand, like, if you even get the swap, no chances Tyrande stuns off of it. Mark my words. But Anubarak is perfectly fine. Anubarak can E and Q, and it's really easy for Tyrande to get the hit confirm. So the gank comes down, we get a kill, but I definitely think that we should have been able to back there instead. And like the fact that we have to stay bottom lane like this is not good. Especially once like 4 hits. Once 4 hits, we'll be able to, if you go air ally, I'm not sure if you will, but you can find Nova with it in the 4-man, and you're super safe. In gold, Artanis doesn't listen to you. That's fine, but that's not, like, I don't like living off of hypotheticals like that. You should at least say the right thing, and if your Artanis says no and tells you to F yourself, then you stay bottom, right? But in general, there's no way you should be there. Okay, so it is the air ally. So like this air ally is going to be so good in the 4-man too. Like you literally win the game at this point, I swear. Here we go. Now we basically just get a forced situation where Artanis comes down now. Oh, man. This is a bloodbath. Okay, I'm gonna back this up. I'm gonna back this up a little bit. Okay, so mechanically, Kharazim is actually, you know, performing quite well down here. He's actually bodying this Nazeebo, and Nazeebo's not able to get a whole lot of stacks, not able to get a whole lot of value, but we are losing... We're losing the strength of Kharazim significantly because Artanis can do this same thing. Artanis is going to be so fine in the solo lane. If Kharazim were here instead, where I think he should be at this point, like, you can actually turn this. Kharazim puts so much pressure onto Tracer. He's such a good pick into her. Here we go. There's a bunch of things too that I want to mention, but I don't know if it's... The most important thing is the fact that... Yeah, here we go. Now we're getting into it. But again, you guys, why is nobody typing to each other? When I play Hero League, I type to my teammates. Like, if somebody is not in a rotation properly or like not solo laning, when they lock in a solo laner, I tell them that's wrong, and I think that's perfectly fine. Imagine playing League of Legends and having somebody lock in, I don't know, Ilaoi or whatever her name is. Ilaoi? Yeah. And then going bottom lane with the AD carry and support. You're like, what the hell are you doing? Right? It doesn't make any sense. And this also doesn't make any sense. You look at this draft, you have Anub'arak and Tyrande, who need to be in the 4-man because they're looking for picks with the Anub combo followed up by Tyrande. You have Hanzo for poke damage and wave clear and just all-around greatness because he's Hanzo. And then Kharazim as well to make sure that nothing can happen to this 4-man. This 4-man is so good into this. Like, seriously, so fine. There's nothing that this team can do. And then Artanis as just like a strong solo laner. But the fact that this condition, it is now 4.5 minutes into the game and the regular laning condition still hasn't hasn't happened. That's a problem. Thoughts on Kharazim, a level 1 talent? It's not Iron Fists every game. I think Iron Fists here is absolutely the call because you have Tyrande, who's another support, so you don't really need that additional healing. And you want to be able to pressure these two. You really do. That's the whole point of the Kharazim pick here. Yeah, so, okay. Good point in chat here. Somebody's saying, the biggest factor in telling people what to do is the way you phrase it. So how do you phrase it? How, as the Kharazim, do you get out of this lane while still keeping your team morale high? Check this out. You blame yourself. You say, hey, I'm useless in the solo. Artanis, can you come down here? Or, hey, Artanis, I'm way better in the 4-man. Can you come solo lane instead? Yeah, exactly. Artanis, can you cover bottom lane for me? I can't win this, but I think you can. Smiley face. XD, XP, hee LOL. Please, Artanis, BB. But seriously, that's how you word it. Okay, at least we get back into what we were looking for. Nobody soaking bottom, that's a problem. But Artanis is dead. Wait a second. Here too. Kharazim is putting too much emphasis on just trying to take as much as he can off the map. So going top here, like, it's not crashing anywhere. So you're really not losing out on anything by not being top. If anything, just you're low on mana, you're low on health. Get your butt into this mid lane. Get a free globe. Well, you could have earlier at least, and then you can get healing from Tyrande as well. and then you're here to save. Actually, I don't think you save that anywhere, but unless you soak it yourself, but you don't really have the health pool for it. That's fine. Get in 24 gems. It's more scary. Oof. That was close. It's a good play though. I was gonna say, don't feel bad about backing. Backing is so fine. Like, you have a mount to get back to lane. Right here, I would be hitting the B key. Right here, boom, back. I'm out. See you guys. And then you type to your teammates, BRB, low health mana. He's gonna find you now. The air ally is too much. Okay. Fine, moving on. For some reason, nobody wants to go bottom. Everybody's dying everywhere. Also the international, or not international, the standard for saying you're out of mana is just OOM. So one thing that I've noticed so far about this game, I find it absolutely insane that no camps have been picked up. 7 minutes, 20 seconds. Why does the map look dark? It's Tomb of the Spider Queen, baby. It's a dark map. It's not my settings. Every other map looks fine. It's just this one. It's just this one. Not that I'm aware of, at least. This is like still just an ongoing problem. The fact that Artanis isn't down here. Like, it's like you guys are waiting for the game to start because you still don't have proper like lane assignments. And the best hero here to deal with what they have is the Kharazim. So the fact that Kharazim doesn't even get to go and satisfy that win condition is atrocious. Okay. Not much more to be said about that. 7-sided strike. Wait just a freaking moment, you guys. This is a palm game. This is a palm game. They have Tracer and Nova. This is a palm game. This is a palm game. I definitely think that this is a palm game, not a 7-sided game, because your comp's win condition isn't just blowing up a tank. You can kill anyone, and you do not need 7-sided in order to do so. You've got Hanzo, he dishes out an insane amount of damage. Tyrande does a lot of damage too, and these two do damage as well. Like, these aren't damageless warriors, you know? The Great Escape. I mean, 7-sided has its like cool playmaking. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, you guys, I really do think that this is a. This is a divine palm game. Okay, I'll stop talking about it. Like, this is... I don't know what to say, you guys. Like, all game... Like, this is so bad. All game, Artanis was never in the solo lane. Kharazim had to solo this entire time. Nobody's communicating with each other. My team is intentionally fighting down 2 talent tier... Or down 2 levels and a talent tier. While people are showing elsewhere on the map. Like... Yeah, I don't know. Is this quick match? No, I don't think so. I think this is Hero League. Oh boy. The E is it? Oh, it's not good. Nice-oo! Oh, that was dope. Yeah, so this is just very, very bad Heroes of the Storm. Not, like, it's not any one person's fault, but, like, how do I get this information out, you guys? Do I just keep doing community coaching? Is there a better way to teach people how to set up these maps, set up your comps, set up your win conditions? Like, how do I do this? Like, this should it should never happen. It should never, ever happen. The solo laner should go to the solo lane. A lot of stuff that I think is common knowledge is not. Exactly, and that's why I'm saying that's a problem. It should be common knowledge. Oh, that was a really good engage, but we're still fighting down a talent here. We're still doing it! We're still doing it! See, HOTS is a pretty simple game, you know? Most maps, you have your 4-man, you have your solo. Like, super simple setup. Ooh, living on a prayer. Super simple setup. Alliteration, by the way. Yeah, so I don't know, you guys. It's really tough. I need to find a better way of getting this information out there, because it does not take an HGC level analyst or coach or strategist or player. It does not take somebody of extreme knowledge of Heroes of the Storm to enter this game and be like, holy crap, my teammates have one stacking solo laner, so we should actually try to put some pressure on the enemy team before level 20, because once level 20 hits, it's going to be real difficult. They have the Nazebo. Everybody knows that. That is common knowledge. You guys can't tell me that's not common knowledge. It's also common knowledge that Tracer and Nova have no wave clear. Okay, that's very common knowledge as well. And all you have to do is play them one time or watch them one time to know that the only wave clear they have is a boosted talent build, which probably isn't going to happen, or level 13 for Tracer. Okay, and then they got Diablo. This is the pickiest comp I've ever seen in my life. They have Diablo on Tomb, who's really good at finding picks. They have Nova and Tracer. If you match this 4-man with something like a Kharazim that can actually duel into them and trade into them, which is the Kharazim, and then just chill. You can just chill all day. This Artanis can just hang out until level 10, doesn't matter, and then he can join fights. Nazebo's useless at level 10, Artanis is PogChamp. You rip the cocoon, you get the team fight, you win the game so damn hard. But the fact that nobody on this team entered into this game and saw that is a problem. If you were a gold level player, there are gold level players in this chat right now. Tell me you don't see that. There's no way you can tell me that you don't see that. I know everybody sees that. Like, everybody knows how these heroes work. It's not like rocket appliances, you know? Yeah, bronze players know this. Bronze players know the win conditions of Nova and Tracer. So then why does this happen? Are there moments where you should deviate from the 4-1? Absolutely. When your 1 loses and your 4 loses, that's when you deviate. Then you run like a 3-2 if it's a 2-lane map. Yeah, there's ways around that too. Tunnel vision and people wanting to brawl. But see, the thing is I'm not saying that doing the correct lane matchup results in less brawling. It doesn't. Man, if you put this Kharazim in the 4-man with frickin' Nova and Tracer, ooh, you know he's brawling all day. You know he's bringing the fists. Like, it's not like setting it up properly means there's less brawling. That's not true. The average player isn't interested in learning the game? Is that true? Is that true? Maybe I just can't relate to that because I just always try to do well in games. But I feel like the precursor for jumping into Hero League isn't I just want to brawl and I don't care about winning at all. I feel like everyone who jumps into Hero League actually, or not everyone, I would say a high percentage, 85, 90% of people who play Hero League, they do want to win, right? They want to win. I feel like they want to win. I don't think I'm crazy for thinking that. People want to win. But see, I just wonder why nobody says anything. That's my question, man. Why does nobody say anything? That was a really interesting game to watch. Thank you so much, Hear Me Moo, for submitting that one. Honestly, because I don't have you here to talk about the, the micro issues and just like everything specific to your gameplay, we did something a little bit different. So we talked about the game as a whole, looking at this gold level game as a whole. And honestly, like, I just see a huge gap in, it's either knowledge, which I'm finding it hard to believe that it's knowledge, or willingness to just try and win and play the game properly. That's basically what I saw from that game. So thank you, Hear Me Moo. That was actually a very enlightening game. Except my major comment to you is, if you're running into Nova and Tracer, you should 100% be going Palm. Very, very interesting. See, and I think it's a lack of knowledge. And that's why I'm doing community coaching. But at the same time, what we saw there, I absolutely refute. I'm pissed. There is no way that was a lack of knowledge. Absolutely not. There's no chance in heck this was a lack of knowledge. There is absolutely no way any of these people enter into this game and see Tracer, Nova, Diablo, and say, this comp cannot get picks. There's no way that happens. I'm sorry. But everyone knows what Tracer does. Everyone knows what Nova does. Everyone knows what Diablo does. Everybody knows the healing mechanisms behind Alexstrasza. Everybody knows the late game scaling of Nazeebo. I don't know a single person who doesn't know these things. So we cannot say that the only reason why this sort of thing happened was because of lack of knowledge. And so if we say the biggest issue this last game was because Artanis, like, we never got our proper lane set up, which I think we can say that. I think that's totally fair. So then the onus is on the entire team and the onus is on Artanis, right? Because Artanis didn't go into the lane. That's his fault. But nobody, not a single person on my team, said that Artanis should have been solo. Not a single one of them. That is a problem, you guys. That's a huge problem.